Let's start in a seated position with the hands resting comfortably. Take a nice deep breath, exhaling out of the mouth. On your next inhale, lift the chest for seated cow. As you exhale, curl the spine for seated cat. We'll take a few more rounds. Make sure to follow your own breath pattern. Take one more cycle of breath, one more cow, one more cat, and then come back to vertical. Remove any props from under your sit bones and sit in Sukhasana. Tuck the chin toward the chest and fold forward. If you're inversion free, you'll have to bend from the hips and rest on your elbows in order to keep your head above the heart. Now walk your hands to the left knee, one hand on either side, and curl over the thigh, keeping both sit bones on the mat. Adjust the left hand so it can take a little weight. Open the chest into a side bend, maybe extending the other arm over your ear. Keep the neck super long here by relaxing the shoulders. On your next inhale, gently come up to vertical. Exhale, fold forward once again. Now walk your hands to the right knee, one hand on either side, and curl over the thigh. Both sit bones stay on the mat. Adjust the right hand so you can take a little weight. Open the chest into a side bend and maybe extend the arm over your ear. Relax the shoulders and breathe. On your next inhale, gently come up to vertical. Let's repeat all of that again with the opposite leg crossed in front. Tuck the chin toward the chest and fold forward. This round will hold each stretch for about 3 breaths. Now walk your hands to the left knee, one hand on either side, and curl over the thigh, keeping both sit bones on the mat. Adjust the left hand so it can take a little weight. Open the chest into a side bend and maybe extend the arm. On your inhale, gently come up to vertical. Exhale, fold forward once again. Walk your hands to the right knee, one hand on either side, and curl over the thigh. Adjust the right hand to take your weight. Open the chest into a side bend, arm over the ear if you wish. Relax the shoulders and breathe. On your next inhale, gently come up to vertical. Move into plank from here. If your wrists don't like plank, grab your blocks and set them on their medium level as I am here. Rest your forearms on the blocks and then extend the legs back. Stay in plank for about 3 or 4 breaths. Now gently lower your right knee to the mat. Lift and cross the other leg to the opposite side of the mat, ball of the foot on the floor. Without letting the belly drop, look over your shoulder to that foot for a lateral stretch through the left side of the body. As you inhale, come back to neutral, stepping into plank once again. On your next exhale, lower the left knee under the hip. Lift and cross the other leg to the opposite side of the mat, ball of the foot on the floor. Keeping the core engaged, look over your shoulder to that foot for a lateral stretch through the right side of the body. On your inhale, come back to neutral and step back into plank. Lower both knees into tabletop for some spinal squares. Inhale, arch into cow. Exhale, neutralize the arch and squeeze the right waistline. Inhale into cat. Exhale, neutralize the curve and squeeze to the left. Take this direction 2 more times on your own breath pattern. Inhale, cow. Exhale, squeeze right. Inhale, cat. Exhale, squeeze left. Do your best to be intentional with the breath, allowing the time needed for each inhale and exhale. If you are inversion free, when you do cat pose, keep looking at the front edge of your mat. On your next cow, change the direction of your square. Exhale and squeeze the left waistline. Inhale to cat. Exhale and squeeze to the right. 2 more rounds. Again, do your best to be intentional with the breath. This is the bread and butter of the practice. When you're finished, we'll meet up in child's pose. Did you know our breath helps move spinal fluid? Yep, an inhale delivers the flow of fluid that bathes the human brain. When you exhale, the waste that piles up in your brain is washed away. Pretty cool, huh? This is why I'm mentioning it so frequently. It's not only good for our spinal column, but for our brain health. Okay. Take 1 more breath in child's pose. If the legs are wide, bring them together. Tuck the toes and shift your weight onto the balls of the feet for a brief squat to stretch the lower legs. On your next inhale, press up to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Hasta Tadasana. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bring your feet parallel and hip width apart. Soften the knees and keep your core engaged. Shake out your arms to get rid of any extra tension. We'll move through some fun spirals where the arms go along for the ride. Initiate your movement by moving one hip back. As you do this, the spine will react with a fun spiral. The arms will also respond and may gently tap you. Switch the hips to the other side. Again, the torso will react. Allow yourself to flow back and forth. Just don't slap yourself too hard. You are basically acting like one of those Chinese toy drums like this. Once you get into it, your speed or tempo may change. It's okay, go with it. This fun movement provides mobility in a passive manner and allows for free range of motion for the vertebrae. Gradually slow down your spirals. Let the body settle down until there's no more movement. It will take the upper body some time to release all that energy, so be patient. Once there's no more movement in the hands, take a nice deep breath. Step the feet out so they are wider than your shoulders, again with soft knees. In this next flow, keep your hips still. The movement will happen above them. Lift the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, lift out of your waist. As you exhale, reach over to the left, as if you want something just out of reach on the table. When your inhale comes up, shift back to vertical, taller than before. Exhale, reach to the other side. Keep going from side to side, being very intentional and mindful of the connection to your breath. If you notice here, I'm starting to rotate my neck to look towards the ceiling. Feel free to experiment with this on each side. Not only is the spine moving laterally through the lumbar and thoracic vertebrae, but turning the head adds a spiral, creating strength and flexibility to the cervical spine. Move through each side one more time. When you finish, let the arms relax and shake them out. Find your way to the wall for downward facing dog. Connect the hands to the wall at shoulder height and then walk the feet back. Wag your tail a little and then walk your dog by bending one knee at a time. Take one more breath in your down dog and then find Tadasana at the top of your mat for a sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward and step or float back to plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Stay here and breathe. If your knees are together, open them mat width apart. Staying in child's pose, thread the left arm under the right for a twist. The right arm can go where it's most comfy for you. Extended forward, hand in front of your face, or bind the arm. Just a reminder that I'm doing this practice inversion free, so if you don't have inversion restrictions, the head can be on the mat instead of on a block. Bring the right hand to the mat and come out of the twist. Switch to the other side. Thread the right arm under the left for a twist. Left arm can go where it's most comfy for you. Bring the left hand to the mat and come out of the twist. Move any props off your mat. Slide forward on your belly to Sphinx pose. Arms at 90 degrees hugging the ribs. Belly engaged and lengthen through the spine, keeping the chin in check. Stay here and breathe. On your next exhale, lower down to the mat and bring the fingers behind your ears, elbows out to the sides. Time for some strengthening. Inhale while you're down here. Exhale and lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, lower down. Exhale as you lift. Keep going and press the feet into the mat as you do these. On your next lift, stay up. Extend the arms back for locust pose. Now you can lift the legs off the mat. Breathe here in locust. Let the arms sweep forward for crocodile pose, relaxing the body on the mat and the forehead on the hands. Bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Bring the legs back to neutral. Lower the feet to the mat. From here, we'll move into a reclined spinal twist. If you're inversion free, set up your props so your head is the highest point. If you're not, go ahead and flip onto your back. I'll catch up in a second. If you're using blocks, put one on a low level under the ribs and one on the medium level under the skull. This is ideal support height for our spinal twist. Lie back with the feet flat on the mat. Press into the feet, lift the hips and shift onto your left hip. Lower the legs to your left side. This allows the spine to stay straight as we twist. Let your arms extend out to your sides and breathe. Take one more full breath in your twist. Gently bring the knees up, press the feet into the mat, and shift the hips all the way over to the right. Lower the legs to your right side. Take one more deep breath here. Bring the knees up, shift the hips back to neutral, rest them on the mat, and extend the legs for Savasana. Allow the legs to fall to their natural rotation, arms by your sides, palms up, no higher than the shoulders. If it's chilly where you are, bring a blanket over you to stay warm. Let the eyes close and take rest in stillness. Savasana is here for you to recover and absorb all the benefits of your yoga practice. It allows your nervous system to relax, your heart rate and your breath pattern to come back to their normal rhythms. Start to deepen your breath. Find energy in your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, hands, and feet. Extend the arms overhead by your ears for a big full body stretch. Hug the knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side. Roll onto your right side, resting in fetal position, right arm under your head as a pillow. Gently press yourself up into a seated position. Eyes remain closed. Hands can either press together at your heart center or one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Take a few moments here to check in with how you feel after this practice. How do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually? Take a moment for some gratitude. What are you grateful for in this moment and why? Thank you so much for practicing with me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Have more time? Check out one of these beautiful practices over here, and there's more suggestions in the description below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.